Hi, my dear friend in the air. Last time we talked about samatha and vipassana. A common way to describe what is samatha is that your mind focus in one point, that you don't have discursive thought. And then as for vipassana, and that involves wisdom. So as to how to reach samatha, and they are what we call the 5 contemplations, which are the contemplation of impurity, the contemplation of loving kindness and compassion, the contemplation of causes and conditions, the contemplations of counting the breath, and finally the contemplation of the 4 elements. Among these 5 contemplations, I mentioned that the contemplation of impurity and the contemplation of counting the breath are the 2 main techniques that the Buddha taught his disciples. And as the disciples who practice the contemplation of impurities, that some of them leads to committing suicide. And so therefore, the Buddha provide an optional teaching meditation technique, which is counting the breath. And I'm sure you have practiced that since last week. The Chinese meditation students regard that the contemplation of counting the breath as a very useful meditation technique, because the object of the meditation is the breath, which we have that when we were born to this world, and we stop breathing when we die. So it's available wherever and whenever we want to meditate. Cultivating the 5 contemplations will lead us to what we call samatha. Then how about vipassana? They are also a very special meditation technique, which we call the 4 mindfulness, or the 4 foundations of mindfulness, that we want to cultivate mindful on our body, be mindful on our feelings, be mindful on our mind, and finally be mindful on the principal teachings of the Buddha or Dhamma. So these 4 foundations of mindfulness is also called Satipatthana. Satipatthana is mainly an antidote to 5 hindrances. What are the 5 hindrances? They are sensory desire, ill will, sloth and torpor, restlessness and worry, and doubt. I will discuss about the 5 hindrances in later recordings. Now today we just focus on be mindful of our body, be mindful of our feeling, be mindful of our mind, and be mindful of the teachings of the Buddha. Ever since we were born to this world, we attached to this physical body. We eat food to nourish it. We put on beautiful clothes to attract people. We actually have wasted a lot of our time on this physical body. Of course, we need to tend to the needs of this body, but not too much. So the excessive desires towards this body is what we want to getting rid of. So let's meditate on, do I have enough food? When we eat, we don't want to eat too much. Do we have enough sleep? When we sleep, we don't want to waste our time in excessive sleeping hours. So think about what is the middle way of taking care of our physical body. Inhale, I'm satisfied with what I have had with this body. Exhale, I feel light and relaxed. Inhale, I like this physical body. Exhale, I'm free. Inhale, I thank this body for providing me this opportunity to learn Buddhism. Exhale, I appreciate that this body enabled me to share the Dhamma, the Buddhism, with others. Let's meditate. Inhale and exhale. Let's put our palms at our heart center and pray. I appreciate this physical body that my parents give to me. They nourish this physical body of mine, and so that I can grow up. And I appreciate all the conditions that make all this come to be. Thanks all the conditions that enable me to do meditation, to learn Buddhism, to know that I'm not isolated from my surroundings. I am in oneness with all. In purifying my physical body and my physical environment, at the same time, I also purify my mind and the world. May all be happy. May all be peaceful. May all be harmonious.